if you consider the typical process, we mentioned about 80% of them are non-value add and about 15% are business value add and about 5% are value add. Again, that is just a number based on generic analysis and all. And if you consider the process that you are responsible for in your professional life and all, the percentage might vary. But in general, if you were to consider the total time between the first step and last step, right, it constitutes all the three: value added, business value added, and non-value added. I just want to expose you to a few lean concepts so that you understand the terms and can apply the concepts in your job. And at the top of the example is a typical process and the process flows from left to right. Okay, and it has set of value added, non-value added, business value added activities. But one important thing what you have to focus on is in the horizontal bar graph that is depicted here, first one talks about the lead time, and second one talks about the queue time, which is in blue, and third one talks about the cycle time, which is combination of green, amber and red, whereas the last one talks about the value added time. I'll tell you one basic example. You go to a restaurant to have your lunch and you placed an order, and it took about 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes for you to get the order that you placed at your table. Okay, so in this process, what is the lead time and what is the cycle time? What is the wait time? I will allow you to think for some time, but let me tell you, the total time it took from the time you placed the order till the time you received the food at your table, that is the lead time. Because the waiter has picked up the order and he went to the kitchen and he passed the order details, or he might be using electronic gadget, and the moment he keys in the order details as well as the table details, order is sent to the kitchen and some chef is picking it up. But chef might be working on something else already. So which means chef might be waiting for completing whatever he's already working on, and once it is done, your order will be picked up. Which means there might be a delay of 2 to 5 minutes. But the time that the chef picks up your order and starts preparing food for you, till the time he finishes preparing the food, that is your cycle time. And what is the value added time here? The value added time is picking up the order details and chef preparing the order and again waiter delivering it to your table. But in between, whatever the wait is there, between the wait time which waiter is waiting to pick up your order while he is making something else, right, that is adding to the lead time, and because of which your order is delivered little late than it could actually be delivered. So here the total value add time is the portion of time that is actually spent on the value added activities. And in a typical lean project, we look at these components in order to assess the efficiency of a process. Now again, I'll tell you one more example. If you were to consider a typical NFL football game, customer is the viewer. Okay, and the requirement here is watch the action in the football game. And the lead time is roughly 3 hours. Total time of the game from start to end. Assume it is like 1 to 4 p.m. on a Sunday. And the cycle time means the actual time of the game is just 1 hour, like 4 into 15 minute quarters. Okay, which is the actual time of the game, a mix of value added, non-value added, and business value added activities. Here value added time is equal to the portion of the 1 hour cycle time spent in an active play, means that is the time between hike of the football and the whistled and end of the play, and the whistled end of the play. A time between hike of the football and the whistled end of the play, roughly about 11 minutes. And non-value added time is about 2 hours and 49 minutes, just to get 11 minutes of value added activity from a 3-hour game. Right? Likewise, in any business process you take, from the time customer places the order till the time he or she receives the order, there are a lot of non-value added activities which will lead to significant delay that ultimately frustrates the customer. Now, how would this calculation change if the customer was deemed to be the network showing the game? In that case, again, customer's requirement is like making money. And value added time is now the breaks in the game. Make money from selling commercials, because these broadcasters essentially depend on the ad sponsors and all. So that's why it is crucial for us to determine who the customer is, define who the customer is, and then analyze the process. Make sure that you clearly define your customer. That is about your process dissection.